Hi, guys. So, sorry, I was supposed to start at 7:30. I'm about 2 or 3 minutes late, so I apologize for that. I am running a hair behind. So, I had a party I had to go to today. I was celebrating somebody's birthday, and I'm now just getting us in here and turning the volume off, and we should be good to go. I have no idea if anybody is here with me yet. Oh, but we have a Sammy. We have a Sammy sighting here. Hello, Sammy. Ta-da. Hello, baby. The Sammy is here. She's so happy I've been out all day and she's been miserable without me. Sadness. So, yeah, just I hope you guys are ready. I don't know how many of you watch videos lately, but this is June 1st. The day after Galaxy's Edge opened over in Disneyland. So I have been watching vloggers like crazy and seeing all the stuff of all of the other vloggers, just to get an idea of, what everyone else is doing, what everyone else is seeing out there, since the land is going to be a duplicate of what we're going to have out in the East Coast when it opens. And I will not be there for the opening, but I will be there in December, and we'll hopefully be able to celebrate. So I'm just trying to get an idea of what's there now, because I know the people that I'm going with are desperate to want to go do it. They're really excited about it. So that being said, let's get on to our topic at hand, because I haven't been there. All I've seen is videos, so I can't give you really great information on it. We're just going to see where it goes from there. So, I can't wait. Everything just looks amazing. I can't wait. So tonight's topic is back to our ways we plan. And tonight I'm going to talk about what I would plan for someone who is a Disney diehard, how I would schedule it. Now, keep in mind, hello, Mr. Drew, welcome. Keep in mind that all of this would be subjective based on the particular person's needs and wants. So I'm kind of guesstimating what some of the Disney diehards want, but every Disney diehard wants something different. Some are, like, I've done these differently. Some are all about the ride. Some are all about the history. Some are all about, the food. Everyone's different. So I'm basing this on sort of a combo of things, realizing that if I was doing this, I would then adjust it based on the person I'm specifically planning for. So we're doing a 7-day trip. We are doing a 5-day, trying to see if we need to do a park hopper. Yes, a 5-day park hopper, and 1-day park to park ticket for Universal. Yes, I'm taking a Disney diehard to Universal because they need to experience it. Hello, Miss Susan. Welcome. So we're planning the concept of a Disney diehards kind of trip. Now, truth be told, for any Disney diehard, especially if they have not been there at all recently, the main thing you need to bring them to is the new stuff. Hey, no, that's an ice cream cone. Don't know if you've seen that. They have a number of specialty ice cream cones, Dole Whip themed cones. And the hey it's either lemon or I think it's pineapple on the bottom and raspberry Dole Whip on the top with a little sour and 2 little white chocolate eyes. So it looks like hey. And it's got a blue base. The cone itself is blue. It's hysterical. It makes me happy. Not that I can have the cone, but, hey, I could have the raspberry and the pineapple. Okay. So we're going to start with the same concept we always go with, which is the trip is going to be 7 days. You're going to take the first flight you possibly can out. Yeah, it's a very adorable ice cream, the hey cone, and then the up cone. And I think there's a tangled cone. I think that's the last one. That it's got the tangled one has the up one has mango Dole Whip with a white chocolate thing of the balloons, and then the third one is lemon cone, lemon Dole Whip. They're all different flavors of Dole Whip. Now, and from what I can tell, Dole Whip doesn't actually have the fruit in it. I thought it was pureed frozen fruit before, but I'm finding out that that's not the case. So who knows? So back to our plan. So land is first possible flight usually is around 6 a.m. if we're going out of Baltimore, because that's normally the area I'm talking about. You land at 8:30 in the morning, which means you're gonna it's a Disney diehard and we can afford it. I'm going with this as the price is no option. So if you can afford it, you're staying at a resort. if price is no option, hey, go Boardwalk, go Animal Kingdom Lodge with the Savannah view. And if you don't necessarily want to go quite that crazy, Port Orleans French Quarter, I adore. Or coming up later this year, you may consciously want to go to Art of Animation or Pop Century or the new Destino Tower that's opening at Caribbean Beach Resort, because all of those are going to be on the new gondola line, which is very close to being done. The Hollywood Studios line is up to speed, and they've unwrapped those to check the ventilation and get those moving. They've now started the Epcot line, and you're now starting to see them going stop and start, going slowly and moving up. And wow, just amazing. All right, so you're going to stay on property. You're going to drop your bags off through the Magical Express. You are not going to do anything more than, hi, here's my credit card to tie to my Magic Band at the check-in desk, and we're going to head right to the parks. If it's a Disney diehard, if it's someone who is all gung-ho about the magic that is Disney, the first park you have to start with, Magic Kingdom. So, and if they are that kind of a diehard, we're going to get some of the core rides first. Thank you for the like, whoever did that. I appreciate it. And likes help. So, if anyone else comes in, wants to like it, thank you. So we get there to the park at 10:30, and the first thing we're going to put you on, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It is the mountain of the park. And it's one of the hardest tickets to get for a roller coaster or for any of the rides in Magic Kingdom. So you want to go grab that. After we do that, the next one we're going to go to, and I'm leaving this with about an hour for that, which allows you some leeway time so that if you want to go to Peter Pan from there, which is my next fast pass for this, because you only want to fast pass Peter Pan unless you do it at rope drop. And the line is lovely, and I do recommend going and walking that line, but you need to be doing it at extra magic hours or rope drop, because there's no need to stand in that line for an hour. It's just insane. There's no reason. So what I've got is your Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and then some leeway to potentially do a shorter line. At 10:30, it's going to start getting crowded, so you don't have a whole lot of leeway, but go for it. Peter Pan, which even with the fast pass line is still going to take you about a half an hour to get through. And then I give you some leeway time to head over to do lunch. And what do we got here? Staying at the Beach Club, Gretchen Lee. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, if you're not going to get the Savannah view, don't do Animal Kingdom Lodge. You can get, for cheaper, you can get a semi-blocked view, which is really cool because you still get Savannah, but you might have a pole in your view. Who cares? You've got the Savannah everywhere around the pole. It's a couple of people have said that's a great way. AJ from Disney Food Blog has said it's a great way to get that amazing view for a lot less money. So future reference, or if you guys have the ability to switch it around. Beach Club is going to be fun. I'm going to talk about the Beach Club. That's one of the places I potentially have you guys stopping at on this event. Yeah, Beach Club is Epcot walk-in. What else can you say? It's going to be amazing. Yeah, the Savannah view is it's crazy expensive, but that partially blocked view is supposedly equally good, just pole. All right, so we've gone Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, we've done Peter Pan, and now we're going to head to lunch. And I scheduled it at 12:30, which gives you, again, some time to potentially jump into any of the Fantasyland rides that might not have too long a time. Maybe PhilharMagic, maybe all the stuff in the old Fantasyland area we're talking about. We're going to do lunch for this group at Liberty Tree Tavern. And that I'm doing because of the Disney diehards, because I like the lunch because you have more flexibility in what you can choose to eat, because it's more of a traditional menu, whereas dinner is Thanksgiving dinner, and that's what you get. But I liked when Drew and I actually did Liberty Tree Tavern for lunch one time, and they announce your name and the colony you're from as you come in, which is really lovely. The Schultz family from Maryland, whatever. It's very kind of fun and has that kind of old history energy to it. And you can still get the classic sticky bread pudding, oh dear God dessert that they are known for, and that everyone says is like the most amazing dessert. I can't have it, but everyone else who has tried it says it's incredible. So that way you can get that very, very classic dessert. So you're going to have lunch. I'm giving you about an hour and 45 minutes I usually try to do about 2 hours, but again, you might get in a little early, you might go late, but I'm guessing at about 2:15. And this one may or may not be an iffy one for people, and over time this may change. But if you are a diehard traditionalist, you probably want to walk into the Hall of Presidents. Some people do and don't right now. It's a political issue. I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but that is one of those classic rides that a lot of other people will go into the ride and fall asleep. But if you are a traditional diehard, going and seeing all the history and understanding how much Disney loved, the presidents, and loved Lincoln, and loved, very specific presidents. It's they've updated the language in the actual pre-show part of it before the end. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. What we got? What's the frontier themed alternative to Liberty Tree? Diamond. Oh, the Diamond Horseshoe. And the Diamond Horseshoe, I think, is quick service. I don't think it's sit down, and I could be totally wrong about that, but I have never gone in there, and it used to have a show with it as well. It doesn't seem to have the draw that I've seen some of the others do, but it might be exciting. Oh, really? Okay, that's good to know. I'll have to check that out. Now, the Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review, which is off property at Frontierland, Wilderness Lodge. No, yes. The campgrounds, Fort Wilderness. The Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review has the way they bring stuff to the table is supposed to be amazing, so that could be an option as well. Yeah, and that's what I thought. The 80s, it did have a show. Yes, and for the animatronics, the presidents is kind of amazing. Hold on, I'm going to get through your comments here before we get back into our theme. So we talked about the Hall of Presidents animation, and that's the thing is because Disneyland had the first, they had the birds first, but the first human animatronic was Lincoln. That this is Lincoln squared, or times 80. I don't know how many presidents we had at this particular moment. I think we're in the 50s or 60s at this point. Yeah, it was an all-you-can-eat. So, okay. Hoop-dee-doo, not whoop-dee-doo. No whooping cough. It's a hoop, as in jumping through. Yeah. So it's and that's what I thought. It was like a buffet table service. I don't know that it's doing that anymore. That's the only thing, and it might still be. I'd have to do some research to determine that. But okay, so we're gonna do a Liberty Tree Tavern, because that's that traditional stick to your ribs kind of yummy food. I think when we went there, I got the pot roast, he got a salad. They were both incredibly yummy. You can get the turkey stuff as well, so it's very yummy. It's very tasty. Once you're done doing Haunted Mansion, you can step outside. Let's try that again. Once you're done doing the Hall of Presidents, because it might be equally scary, I don't know. If it's going, you're gonna sit and you're gonna watch the Muppets doing the great moments in history, but just the American parts. That happens at the windows just outside. If your timing isn't quite perfect, you can switch that order and watch the Muppets first before you go in. It's a charming little show. They do two. Supposedly they do two. I have yet to see Paul Revere's ride live. I've only seen like bits and pieces of it, but I keep seeing the American Revolution with Miss Piggy ending up being King Georgina, because Miss Piggy has to be the star until she finds out it's the bad guy, and then she becomes George Washington. Yeah, it's an adorable show. Oh, you saw the Paul Revere one, Susan? Because I haven't seen the Paul Revere one. I've seen the George Washington one. I love that one, but I have not seen the Paul Revere one live. And it might just be my timing of when I go, but it never happens. So after we do the Hall of Presidents in the Liberty Square area, we're right there. We're going to go up to the Haunted Mansion. I don't remember. I think so. Okay. Yeah, it's if you saw the Miss Piggy in a crown, then that was probably the American Revolution, the signing of the Declaration. Paul Revere. Yeah, but they never tell you which one is which, Drew. So I don't know when it is. I don't know when we would be able to make that one. Just so you know. So Haunted Mansion, you're right there. So you're going to come out of the Muppets and come out of the Presidents and go into Haunted Mansion. And I would make that one. I would make Seven Dwarfs and Peter Pan, and then the Haunted Mansion, your fast passes. And then as soon as you tap your band for the Haunted Mansion, go see what's available. So some of these later ones, I'm leaving an hour for each one, assuming that there are going to be some line times in there. But we're going to do Haunted Mansion. There is a new photo op on there, which I will be getting to test out in a couple weeks, on the Haunted Mansion, where in the hall where all the pictures flash, there is a photo op in there. You get the Hatbox Ghost on the top and two of the scary looking crypt creature guys on the bottom, and you in the middle in your doom buggy. Ironically, the Haunted Mansion isn't at our park, but that's okay. That's okay, because I get to at least have him with me. So that's cast member knowledge. Yeah, it's good. That's true. We could pick on one of the guy who does the intro for the shows. If we can find him beforehand, that would be useful. Or ask at the Hall of Presidents. They might actually know what the schedule is. Yeah, I'm really curious about that. Oh, Memento Mori is the shop, Drew, that you're thinking about, the Haunted Mansion themed shop. And Memento Mori is a lot of fun. I know with the people I'm going with this year, this summer, I will be going to that a lot, especially on the night of the villains party that we're doing. We're going to be in there quite a bit. Okay, so after Haunted Mansion, and I gave it an hour just in case you have some leeway time, we're going to go ahead over to Splash Mountain because you're in that side of the world. If you want to do the old school stuff, you would hit up Country Bear Jamboree on the way. But I didn't want to wait too much later in the day because Splash Mountain, you're going to get wet and you want some time to dry off. We could have started with that instead of Seven Dwarfs, but I knew that Peter Pan is one of those really true classics. And if you're in Fantasyland, you might as well hit that one up. After Splash Mountain, then you need to dry off. So you go stand in line for Big Thunder Mountain because you're right there. And I believe... No, actually, it doesn't. Never mind. After we finish Frontierland, we're going to head over to Adventureland. And at 6 o'clock, we're going to try to jump on Pirates. Because pirates, we love pirates. We're going to see how Susan was mentioning a comment about the villains party that I'm doing. So the villains parties, or the evening parties, like the Not So Scary Halloween party and stuff, normally has character meet and greets added in. This one doesn't. The only big thing that they're doing in terms of characters is that Maleficent is the big dragon that caught on fire last year and is now back and working. She's going to be on the street. So there might be a photo op to get the fire-breathing dragon in the dark, which to me would be kind of cool. Although I don't know how the light's going to work on that. So I'm kind of excited about that. You get, from specific kiosks, you can have all you can eat popcorn, Mickey's Premium Bars, and sodas and water. So we could potentially grab a couple things for the next day, even at that point, and take them home with us. I don't know. You want to use what you're going to use then, but I don't know that I'm going to drink. I might drink that much more water, but I'm not necessarily going to have that much soda. But the party, as an annual pass holder, I got the party for $95. I think those guys had to pay like $129. So, a soda or a premium bar, I think is $5 or $5.50, might be $6.50 now. The popcorn is probably around $5 or $6, and the waters are $4.50, and the sodas are $4.50. So, yeah, if you do enough of those things, you're going to help bring down the cost of the ticket in terms of value. Teaching my grandson how to ride this bike. Oh, cool! And I hope is he learning? Is he falling? I hope he's not falling, Terry. Yeah, it could be very painful. So the tickets are not cheap. And because there are not a lot of meet and greets, there are some people that are complaining about it. But it is much more limited attendance than you have at the other parties. So it's going to be basically walk on for pretty much every ride, which is cool for me. I really want to go on Buzz Lightyear multiple times and try to get my sticker, because I didn't get it last time. I was sad. So, all right. So back to this. So we've done Pirates, which I'm guessing is going to take about an hour. If we're lucky and it doesn't, you've got some leeway. You can look at the Tiki Room. You can look at the the Jungle Cruise, or you could even, for the Diehards, walk all the way up onto that place. Die Hard. There goes my brain. To the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, which is actually Tarzan's treehouse here. Swiss Family on the other side, I believe, and Tarzan on this side. So you could go up and do that until your dinner reservation at 7 o'clock at Jungle Skipper Canteen. I'll be honest, those are the only two restaurants I really like eating at. I can do lunch at Be Our Guest. It's beautiful. And if you've never been, go for the cheapest possible food option you can go so you can experience it. If you have to meet Beast, you have to go for the prefix dinner. If you don't have to meet the character, you don't have to meet Beast, go for lunch. You can keep it much less expensive. And I would say don't even bother with the dessert. The desserts there. There are much better desserts out on the street. It was lovely to have you, Terry. Okay, I talk to you soon. Maybe you come back later. Bye. Love you. Long time. Okay, so at Jungle Skipper Canteen, while I do like a couple of the desserts there, I'm going to say skip dessert. I'm giving us about an hour and a half for dinner because we're skipping dessert, even though I love hanging out in that space, because you're going to come out of dinner and you're going to head over and get a Dole Whip or a Dole Whip float from Aloha Isle, which you will then take into the tiki room in the tiki, which is the first animatronic place, which in Disneyland was originally going to be a restaurant. And the setup is totally different over there if you've ever been between the two. I kind of like that one because you're sitting down and chilling out in an area rather than standing in those aisles around the curveball. Yes, it absolutely has lost quality. Well, I hope that they get, Drew was saying that they've gotten a lot of comments about their suckage on Be Our Guest. And yeah, I really do hope they do that. Lunch was okay. I went in and got a salad niçoise or something like that. And the one dessert I could have, which was the lemon raspberry cream puff. You know, you're still going to spend $20 for a very average meal. But, you know, if you just get a sandwich and a drink or a sandwich and water, get in, go and look at the different rooms, experience it, and then just, you know, get the hell out of Dodge. There are lovely magical things they do at night. You know, Lumiere is given to you and you get walked in. You don't have to stand at a kiosk to place your order. There are some beautiful magical things that happen. And if you've never done it, okay, go ahead, do it once. But I don't turn food back very often, and I had to turn food back because it was so salty. I could not even eat the green beans. They were absolutely unpalatable. And then the ones that came back were equally unpalatable, so I just gave up. And that was my birthday meal that year, which really makes it rankle for me, so I'm sorry if I'm a little ranty about it. Yeah, they will love the Tiki Room. The Tiki Room is one of those classics. And Drew's favorite space is the Tiki Room. Good. Yeah, see, everyone likes the Tiki Room. Yay! Not for Be Our Guest, but yes, for Tiki Room. So after we finish the Tiki Room at about 8:30 and the Dole Whip, I figured that's going to take it's like a 15-minute show, and you're standing in line, even if it's got 2. That gives you enough time to head toward the hub or wherever you want to watch the fireworks. The fireworks are usually at about 9:15. But I'm going with the schedule that's going on right now, and I believe the fireworks are 9:15. Now, the only other thing I would recommend you want to do for a diehard is, if you're there for the fireworks and want to do something a little different, don't want to stand in the hub or don't want to stand near Rapunzel's bathrooms to watch it from behind, which I love doing, is to either rush to the Astro Orbiter instead of the Tiki Room, or head over to Big Thunder Mountain and see how long the line is. Because it is very magical to be on either of those rides while the fireworks are going on, because you see them as you're going over cresting over the hills and stuff. And on the Astro Orbiter, each time you go around, more and more explosions. So quite beautiful. And I do recommend that. After the fireworks, you don't want to leave immediately. That's when everybody's rushing out to take their kids home. So you want to chill. Right now, the fireworks were at like 9 or 9:15. The park is still open till 10. So I recommend hanging out. If you're in the back area especially, go do Small World. It's a walk-on at this point in the night. Or do the Carousel, which is very classic. Or even the Princess Meet and Greets, because all that area is going to start to reopen. Very fun. And if you're going to do Small World, I say do Winnie the Pooh, because it's Winnie the Pooh, and you get to bounce. And that's lovely. And then depending on how tired you are, the park's going to close at 10. You can slowly meander out, which I do recommend. Do a little bit of shopping, see what's in the Main Street stores, or get yourself an ice cream to go, a churro to go, get another Dole Whip to go, whatever you want to have. But you'll have been starting since, if your flight was at 6 a.m., you've been going since probably 4 a.m. or earlier, so you're going to be beat. So while you're going to have that desire to want to keep going, you're going to be beat. So I'm going to recommend that you go to sleep. So you'll head to wherever your hotel is by bus, unless you're on one of the monorail resorts, and crash for the night. Because during the day, you'll have gotten buzzed to know where your room is. So unless you had to check bags at the front personally, you can just go straight to your room. You're already set and ready to go. The next morning, and this is for a Disney diehard, someone who wants those experiences, wants that magic, we are going to go to Animal Kingdom. And we're going to go really early for the Wild Africa Trek. Can't recommend this enough. It is $250 without any discounts. Still can't recommend it enough. What do we got here? Look at the thatch roof closely. Yes. Well, yeah, don't give it away, Drew. Sorry, Mama. Evidence that Disney listens to their guests. They got rid of that awful. Yes, yes. The redo of the Tiki Room under new management, which went away because wow, no, not good. And then the thatch roof, and we stayed waiting for the crowd to clear, and then caught a second light show. Oh, nice. Oh, and now if you're a true diehard, stay until it closes at 10. Wait until at least 10:30. Take pictures at the hub. Take pictures of the castle. I remember grabbing a burger at the end of the night at Tomorrowland right before it closed. But at about 15 to 30 minutes after the park closes, you get the kiss goodnight. And it's as I've said, it's the very polite way of saying you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. But it's very elegant and it's very lovely. And Mickey says goodnight, everybody, and thank you so much. And you get sparkly lights on the castle, and it's lovely. So you could, I'd say, for a diehard, stay for the kiss goodnight, and then you can meander out. So day 2, Animal Kingdom. You need to be at the park at 7:30, which is why instead of staying out much later, you're just going to go home and go to sleep, go to your room. The Wild Africa Trek takes about 4 hours, was it, Drew, or 3 hours? I was trying to remember. I kind of plopped it in here at 5 because I just couldn't quite remember. But I think it's a 4-hour trek, and I want to do one of the earlier ones before it gets too hot. You are hiking through the foresty land. You are there while they feed the hippos. You are there when you walk over the crocodiles, and then you get this incredible view as they give you a light lunch or like a light breakfasty snack. It's like 2 layers of snack foods, and it's finger foods. They do give you a little spork for one thing that's not, and it's a little tiny spork. It's like tiny. But the view of the savannah, you've got the elephants and the flamingos on this side, and you've got the springbok and the giraffes and the gambling and might be a little Ankoli cattle, but not a whole lot, all in the other area. And you sit and you look at it and you enjoy it, and you get jungle juice, which is a orange guava mango kind of blend. I think it's really yummy. And you relax and you enjoy. And they do a lunch one where like you get like curry chicken salad and things like that. We got breakfast foods because we were originally going to do the late tour, but we ended up taking the early one. But just beautiful. So after that is done, then you're going to head on to Kali River Rapids because it's a water ride. You want to get in there as early as possible. So you've already eaten a little something. You're not going to be hungry right away. So that gives you enough time to hit a ride. So now that we're up by Africa, we're going to head over. I don't know if I'm getting the perspective right for you. So we're going to head over to Kali River Rapids, get wet. And if you're in the heat of the summer, get a fast pass for it. If you're not in the heat of the summer, don't worry. The next one we're going to do is head a little farther over for the roller coaster fans. If there's someone who is, then you're going to go on Expedition Everest. Now, I might not fast pass this one because you can single rider it, and I won't be going on, so they would be going alone. But that has the animatronic, which is no longer working because he was so big and so heavy that he was cracking the foundation. And he was stopped working. And so they can't actually ever make him work again from what I've been reading and listening, which is sad, but you get the shadow kind of puppet image of him tearing up the tracks and stuff. So you still see some movement. After you finish Expedition Everest, then we're going to keep heading around that circle and we're going to go to Dinosaur. We're basically looking at Dinosaur and the Finding Nemo show. Now, some of you might like the Animal Kingdom show more. I like the musical theater energy and the puppetry of the Nemo show. It's by far my favorite. I mean, the Animal Kingdom one is good. I love the Nemo show. It's a little bit longer. It's a 35-minute show. And I've noticed a lot of them have not seen it. So that's why I would recommend that one. And then switch that out with Dinosaur, depending on wait times. The Nemo show, you're going to get in line at least 15 minutes early, possibly a half an hour early. And then it's a 35-minute show. So it does take up almost a full hour. And then Dinosaur may or may not have an issue in terms of rides or what's going on. So just keep your eye out for that. It's breaking down a lot. I actually looked at the app today and it was down again. So that poor iguanodon seems to be escaping. After the Nemo show, then we're going to head over to, because it's been a number of hours, we're going to do a light dinner. And we're going to do quick service for this one. And we're going to go to Satuli Canteen. This allows you to do your mobile ordering. And it is amazing quick service. Just really yummy, yummy food. Hold on, let me see what people say. Pineapple Dole Whip, Terry. Oh my God, yeah. They now have raspberry Dole Whip. They have lime Dole Whip. They have citrus, which is like lemon. They have orange. They have orange and vanilla swirl. And they have mango, all Dole Whip. So it means it's vegan, it's dairy free, it's gluten free, it's yum, 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 yum. It's in my belly. Interesting. I'm seeing that it got together for a while to have 7:45 for an 8 a.m. start time, and it was over by 10:45. So I guess it was a 3-hour tour, but it was okay. Well, good. That gives us more time. So if we did the 8 o'clock and we got out by 11 o'clock, fabulous. So yeah, so you definitely could do Kali earlier, which makes me happy. Expedition Everest, Dinosaur, and Nemo. Good. And then you're not going to do Satuli Canteen. If that's the case, Drew, then I'm going to send you over the Navi River Journey as your next fast pass, or Flight of Passage, whichever one of the Pandora rides you can get, and see how long that takes. And then you're going to see if you can do the walk on. Now, perfect world, you're going to fast pass Flight of Passage and try to walk on Navi River Journey, just because Navi's never going to be as long. You might wait an hour, you might not. The other option that I would recommend is do Flight of Passage first, and then head in to do something like It's Tough to Be a Bug, or to do one of the animal treks, which is the only other thing I couldn't get in here earlier, which I highly recommend. But you've done the Wild Africa trek. But man, seeing those baby tigers and doing that is really fun. Or going into the bird cage area, or seeing the fruit bats, stretching fruit bats, adorable. And I like those in the morning, but you could do it at any point. So yeah, that shuffles my time a little bit, but I'm going to say, I'm mentally shuffling. This is the way my brain works. So I'm going to say you finish the Kali River, you finish the Wild Africa trek. Then you're going to do one of the conservation station. Because if that ended at 11:45, you've got about an hour before I would put you on something else. So yeah, we're going to take you up to conservation station, which is what I couldn't get people on before. And it's behind the scenes, seeing how they treat the animals and work with them, because it supposedly is just opening up again. It's been closed for refurbishment right now. So I think that would be lovely. Come on back, get on Kali, get on Expedition Everest, go and do Nemo and Dinosaur. You're still on schedule. Then Navi River Journey, and then Satuli Canteen, and then Flight of Passage, whichever way you can work those out in terms of your fast passes. After you finish that, you've gotten a couple hours since you had your dinner. And then at about 8 o'clock at night, we're going to head over to Nomad's Lounge. And you're going to lay down on one of those beautiful, relaxing couches, and you're going to listen to the cool music, and you're going to get a drink or a dessert like the gluten-free churros. And then you are going to just kind of chill until about 9:30. So you have to head over and get into line for Rivers of Light. And if you can get a late fast pass for that, that's terrific. If you can't, probably isn't awful to come in late. They've just redone the show. While it is not my favorite show the way it was, the new show is supposed to be nice. It's got the characters, more IP in it, intellectual property stuff. And after you finish the show, that's at about 10 o'clock. I'm going with the current hours that I've been seeing. Do the second show, which is the 10 o'clock show, which will be less crowded. As you head out, the tree will still be lit up. You'll see pretty tree lights, and you'll head to your hotel. Because again, your first thing was around 7:45, so you started really early. You're going to go to sleep. What do we got before the next day? Navi was Hall of Pandoran Presidents. Actually, it was like poo. It's adorable. It's interesting, and that last animatronic is, oh my God, amazing. Which, with the stuff I'm seeing in Galaxy's Edge, is where Hondo Tanaka got his fluidity from. Because wow. Just, if you want to get spoiled, go ahead, and there's so many vloggers who have done live footage, and wow. Yay. Heck, Nomad's Lounge is... Yeah. Oh, well, Nomad's Lounge beats the Tiki Room for me, but that's me. But yeah, the Nomads is just this incredible, relaxing place. And we've done it in the daylight, but I'm curious to see what at night, what that kind of chill, relaxing vibe toward the end is. Booking time in my schedule for Nomad's Lounge next time. Yeah. Oh my God. And honestly, I mean, one of the best times to go, Susan, if you're doing Nomad's Lounge and you don't want to need to do it at night, first thing in the morning, 11:30, that we had our lunch there. They open, I think, at 11 actually, and we got in, so you can guaranteed to get one of those nice comfy couches, because of these big U-shaped couches that you can kind of lounge in and just chill in there and get an alcoholic beverage. They have poutine that they change out seasonally. They have those churros. They have satay. I think they have a slider. There were a number of things I couldn't eat, so we didn't get those. But there's a lot of food options there, and you could make your lunches just lounging out there and chilling. It's really worth it. I highly recommend it. Day 3. Oh my goodness, and we're almost at 35 minutes. Woo! Because I love to talk. You can get the Tiffin's food. I assume you can get the Tiffin's food there. I did not ever try, but I'm sure if there was like an individual item that you really wanted from Tiffin's, you could ask, but it's not on their menu. I would also assume, although I didn't ask at Tiffin's, that I could have gotten the gluten-free churros or something, because my guess is the kitchen is shared. Good tip for lunch. Yeah, it's a wonderful lunch. Some Tiffin's food. Yeah. Okay, so back into day 3. So this is your 3rd morning. We're getting you up for another tour. I'm sorry. It needs to happen. So we're going to get you up for an 8 a.m. tour at Magic Kingdom. And this one is going to be the Marceline to Main Street. While I very much love the Keys to the Kingdom we did, and the backstage magic I haven't done yet, but it's 7 hours and supposedly amazing. Right now, I still like that Marceline to Magic Kingdom. Because for the Die-Hard historical one, it gives you 2 things that the others don't do. It walks you inside, underneath Haunted Mansion, so you actually see how Pepper's Ghost is done. So you walk into the edge of that ballroom scene, and you see it happening in front of you. And you see the animatronics moving, and you see all the detail, and it's absolutely amazing. And then you get to ride it. You also then get walked all the way across to the other side, and you get to see the Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, the Carousel of Progress. And you've got an earpiece in, and as you're going through the Carousel of Progress, and it's just your group of 11 people in that room, he starts telling you the history in the room, like why GE is on one piece of appliance, but not on any of the others. And it's fascinating. It's really, really cool. Yeah, the Marceline one is Keys to the Kingdom is really good. You will get a really detailed view or understanding of the Jungle Cruise. This one was Haunted Mansion. And I don't know what, and the other thing is with Keys to the Kingdom, you get to go into the Utilidors, which you will not do at this one. Although I don't think I'm spoiling anything too much by saying my favorite joke in the entire tour, or the favorite thing that was said, I should say, when we went backstage and we were about to go into the Haunted Mansion, and he was talking about how things are set up, and you don't realize, like, Small World and Haunted Mansion are actually across, they're like a little alleyway between each other behind the scenes. And he said, it's always amusing to people to realize that the scariest ride in all of Magic Kingdom is right next to the Haunted Mansion. It just made me chuckle. And because it's true. For anyone who's ever gotten stuck on Small World, it's true. So we're going to do Marceline, which is a 3-hour tour. And that's going to take us till about 11 o'clock. At 11, and you don't get fed on this one. Okay. The other 2, you do get fed. So keep that in mind too. So at 11 o'clock, we're going to get out of there. We're going to take the monorail to go over to Epcot. And we're going to have a fast pass. We're not going to do any fast passes at Magic Kingdom. Our first fast pass is going to be Soarin', which is my favorite. And then we're going to try to do, and then as we're going across, we're going to hit Mickey and Minnie as the character meet and greet. And this is going to be your first formal meet and greet on this trip. But it's a lovely, you get Minnie, Mickey, and Goofy, and you get individual time with each of them. Now, in that area, if the lines aren't bad, and across the way, there's Vanellope and Wreck-It Ralph. There is Sadness and Joy, and there is Baymax. So a lot of Pixar characters. Also, in that general area on that side, if you go over by Imagination and you're a Visa gift card, a Visa Disney card holder, you can do the special Visa meet and greet, which will have 2 of the Fab Five together. But you never know. And often it's Pluto and Minnie. I have once gotten, no, it's usually Pluto and Minnie, and I once got Mickey and Goofy, which was kind of exciting because that never happens. Yeah, so yeah, you're going to love the Keys to the Kingdom, though. But the Marceline one is another one to kind of get another side of stuff. It's really lovely. And if you get Molly as your guide for your tour, you're going to love her. She's a hoot. Ask her where the tiniest hidden Mickey is in Adventureland in Magic Kingdom. So after we finish Mickey and Minnie meet and greet and all that, then we're going to head over to the other side. And for right now, since it's not open, since the Ellen's area, which will be Guardians, is not open yet, we're going to go to Mission Space. And I'm going to say, because you do need to do some additional fast passes, go ahead and fast pass that one, and then do single rider for test track, unless you have to be together. Yeah, because you're coming in late enough in the day that all of those are going to have lines. And right now, you do want to see illuminations and before it goes, rather than book one of the other things. Thank you for the like, whoever did that. I appreciate it. So after we finish Mission Space and we finish Test Track, it's going to be around 2 o'clock-ish is my guess, 2:30, and we're going to go eat and drink around the world. Pick the side you want and start wandering through, stop in every country, get something to eat or drink, chill, relax. I have not actually booked a dinner here. So because you're going to be hitting all the stands in all the different countries, get the sushi up in Japan, get tacos over in Mexico, get the ice cream sandwich out of macarons from France. Everywhere you go, if you can do gluten, get the pizza over at Italy, get a slice of pizza to go. But there's so many opportunities to just eat your way around the countries that you don't have to do a sit-down dinner there. And while you're going around there, take a look at how bad the Frozen line is. If you have done Soarin', Mission Space, and Minnie and Mickey as your 3 fast passes, you have officially used up those fast passes, and you can begin to start booking additional fast passes, and you can see what's available for Frozen. Because you've gotten the other 2 that are on that level done and out of the way. And basically, that's kind of a free-for-all relaxed day. If you want to use your Disney Play app and start to do all of the questions and answers they do with the Disney Play app. I'm going to tilt you in a little bit so I can lean back. Go ahead and do that. It's really fun. Actually, we're not going to do that. Haha, I lied. So 9 o'clock, Illuminations. It goes away September 30th. October 1st is Epcot Forever. It's a new show. Yeah. So grab Illuminations while you still can. I'm cheating. Which is just one of Mickey's ears. Epcot's no, actually, Drew, that might be the case, but actually, Disney's largest hidden Mickey is the floor plan of the hub of Hollywood Studios. Go look it up online. It is, if you look carefully, it's from the top. It's an insanely huge hidden Mickey. It's amazing, and I think that is tall, wider than Epcot, than the ball is tall. But yeah, I mean, you when you do the fireworks with it, it is very cool that way. So once we finished, especially if you're staying at the beach club, 9 o'clock, 9:30, the show's done. Rather than trying to hit all of the main thing, I want you to wander out to a resort. And we're going to go slow and wander over to the beach club for Beaches and Cream. So if you've got a big group, get the kitchen sink. If you've got a small group, get a sundae or get an ice cream cone to walk. Chill and relax out there. Or if you're not full from your dinner, you can head to the other side, to the boardwalk side. You could get a drink at Abracadabra, or you could get dinner at Flying Fish, which is my favorite. I love Flying Fish. I just love the decorations. I love the food. It's lovely. Is the floor plan bigger than their solar? Oh, you know what? I don't know if the solar array is bigger. You might be right. That might be the biggest non-in-park, but on-property one might be that, because that's new. Prior to that, though, in the 80s, yeah, the Hidden Mickey, if you haven't seen it, it's insane. It's really cool when you suddenly go, oh my God. It's been morphed a little bit over the last few years with construction, but it's still kind of there. So that, and then once you're done at Beaches and Cream, etc., if you are not staying at the beach club or the boardwalk, then you're going to want to go and head over to Disney Springs. You started a little bit later today, but I know it's a long day, but tomorrow you're going to sleep in. So tonight's one of your days to party. And after 10 o'clock, the Edison becomes adults only. Oh, we have a Sammy sighting. You coming up, Sammy? You want to come here? Come on, baby. Dun, dun, dun. Samala. Come on, baby. Come on. We have a Sammy coming. Come on, Sammy. Come on, love. Yeah. There she is. Because it can't be a live stream without a Sammy sighting. It's the Sammy. Hello. It's my pretty girl. So Disney Springs going. Yes, it's the official Sammy sighting. Hi, babe. Come on up. It's okay. Oh, goodness gracious. She purrs. Would you like to hear the purr again? Because she is such a loud purr. I can, oh, she's so happy. Would you like to purr for them? Shall we give them the mic? Because it's going to get really loud to get them to purr. You already heard it here tonight? I didn't think she was that close to the mic, but okay, cool. So Disney Springs to finish up the night. If you want to go drinking or shopping, they're open till 2 midnight. And it's a whole heck of a lot of fun. If you're really tired, you go back to your room, but you can go to any resort. From the resort, you can go to Disney Springs from any resort, and you can also get back to your room from Disney Springs. So it's kind of a nice way to do it that instead of having to go take the monorail or the bus and stand in those lines at that point. And if you're staying at Port Orleans, you can take the nice leisurely. Oh, Sammy is giving you so much love. Okay, sweetheart, we're not going to love the computer. That makes everybody dizzy. So, day 4, rest. This is sleeping in. Then we're going to go to Disney Springs. The first thing I have scheduled is 11 o'clock. And you're going to go and do the Void. If you are a Star Wars fan, do the Star Wars one. If you want the latest, greatest, or if you've done the Star Wars one, point it back at, I haven't, oh, sorry, it fell. Thank you. Somebody knocked my microphone down. Thank you very much, Mr. Drew. Yeah, I didn't catch that. So, did you love the mic? Did you love the mic too much? Okay, you go there. So you're going to do the Void, and the Wreck-It Ralph is the new version, or you're going to do the Star Wars one. And I love the Star Wars one. I have not done the Wreck-It Ralph one. I'll see what my crew coming this year is into. I think they're going to be more about the Star Wars one, and I'll check with, because I probably won't be doing it for the June trip, but maybe December. After that, because I want to do it, depending on the wind, go do that balloon ride. It's only like $25 or $20 a person. It's an incredible view. I want to do it. I'm hoping I'm going to get it done when I go in June. Depends on the people I'm with, if they can convince them to do it. And I might not be able to, but we'll try. But it's just beautiful. And again, these are those cool extra experiences. So once you leave that's going to be about noonish, is my guess, as you do the balloon. And then you're going to wander over to Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. And that's Indiana Jones themed. And they do have some light snacks there. They have both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages if you're a little over drunk from the night before from Epcot. And it's a lot of fun. And right next door to that is the boathouse. And right with the boathouse is the Amphicar. Hello, new person who joined in. Welcome. The Amphicar is a car that drives like a boat in the water. So you can ride around the whole little lake there at Disney Springs, drive and they drive you. You don't get to drive. You have a driver. But you get to sit there and enjoy it. Yeah, and Jock Lindsay's, one day I'm going to get there early enough that I can get into the special little round area. They have a little special table that is almost impossible to get into that I'm very curious about. Okay, so after that, then you're going to go back to your hotel. And while you're there, get something to eat, pick a restaurant that you want to try out, or do the quick service for Morimoto, or Wine Bar George, or any of them. Or Jock Lindsay's becomes your snack, and you do a light lunch there. Do I remember that the balloon is not Disney owned and managed? I believe that it is not Disney, but a lot of the stuff at Disney Springs is not actually Disney owned, but they are under the auspices of Disney. Like the Coke store is not Disney owned, stuff like that. And actually go to the Coke store, get a drink there. That's fun too. But if about 4 o'clock, after about 5 hours, you're going to head back to your hotel. You're going to chill, and you're going to get dressed up, because tonight you're going to Victoria and Albert's, because why the heck not? Oh my God. Now, if you don't want to spend $300 to $500 on dinner with wine pairings and all the bells and whistles, then you can go instead. My other recommendation was the California Grill. Victoria and Albert's will be a 4-hour dinner. It is unbelievable. It is incredible food. It is lovely. I highly recommend it. But should you not want to do that and you just want to have another special experience, then I'm going to recommend California Grill. I know it's not Drew's favorite, but a lot of other people, most other people that have gone have loved it. And when you go there, I'm going to say you try to do, if you do Victoria and Albert's, your dinner is around 6 or 7. If you're doing California Grill, you have more time to kind of kill at the Disney Springs, or time to chill at your pool, and get the theming of your resort, and then do dinner around 8 o'clock. And if you do dinner around 8 o'clock, when the fireworks hit at 9 o'clock, you have a beautiful view. Now, if you go and eat there at any point, you can go in and you can look at them from a little balcony. But if you're doing it while you're having dinner, they dim the lights, the music is piped in, and you are sitting at your table watching the fireworks. And I got to tell you, it's amazing. It really is lovely. It's a special fun view. So, and when you go there, tell them to make sure to say, hold on, I have to take the volume down here. Thank you for that, Drew. I haven't seen it yet. So if something has happened, I believe you can, but I haven't seen anything yet. So it's beautiful. It's lovely. I highly recommend it, and enjoy that experience of seeing the fireworks. Absolutely love it. After you're done dinner, if you're dressed up and you feel like being special, again, go back and hit the Edison at Disney Springs, or go and enjoy one of the other adult restaurants. Morimoto has has like a hidden area that's kind of an after hours area. You have to know about it. I don't know where it is, but I've been told it's really cool. But find that special experience to extend it. If you have any room for food, Victoria and Albert, you're going to be stuffed beyond words. But just to let you know that's an option. If you're tired, if you're done, if your feet hurt from wearing heels, ladies, just go back to your room. It's an incredible experience. Yeah, and I've done the roof of the fireworks, and I've done the table, and I prefer the table. Okay, I don't know how to do that, my dear, because I can't see anything. So we'll see what happens. Just keep me informed. So suffice to say, so that's day 4. Day 5, gonna get up, and at 9 o'clock in the morning, you are walking into Universal. Yes, you're going to do a Universal day. You're going to get a park to park, and we're going to start you over at the new ride which is just about to open in about 2 weeks, the Hagrid's ride over in Islands of Adventure, and then we're going to do Forbidden Journey and the Harry Potter stuff, because that's the most immersive area and the one I think you're going to enjoy the most. We're going to head out of there, and we're going to go to the Raptor Encounter, because I don't take anyone to Universal without taking them to the Raptor Encounter. It's a given. If it is hot enough, I recommend the Bluto's Bilge Water Rats. You will get drenched within an inch of your life. If you want something that's kind of interesting-ish and immersive, I would say then you can do the King Kong Skull Island. If you are only doing one day and you want to see all of the experiences, then my recommendation is to splurge the money for the Express Pass. It costs anywhere from another $80 to another $150 on top of your tickets, but you skip the line as many times as you want. Which, like I said, if you've got one day and you want to get someone in through everything, that's going to be the way you have to do it. So, so yes, you're going to do that Raptor Encounter or Kong or Bluto. Then you are going to head over to Cowfish. I have no idea. Unfortunately, I have no way to do anything about that, my dear. Give me a second, guys. I'm just trying to deal with something that I can't see. And I can't see it. I have no idea, because the person got taken off, so I have no way of what he's talking about. Let me try something. Yeah, I have no way of seeing this. Let me try this. Yeah, I have nothing I can do about this, guys. Let me. Yeah, and that's possible. That is possible. Pardon me, guys. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna shut down for a few minutes, and if you guys hang, we will talk about getting this back up in a couple minutes. I just need to fix something, and we will start up again shortly. All right? Give me a few minutes, guys. Bye.